Chicos y chicas, ¿qué tal? Bienvenidos, soy Anderson. En esta oportunidad tenemos al equipo de Gambit versus Entropiq por el Future Sports Festival Budapest 2021 que se dio el día de hoy, 21 de noviembre, teniendo a claro ganador o favorito al equipo de Gambit. Gambito de oro, ¿no? Entonces, la final, disfrutemos la final y vamos a ver. Tenemos primeramente el equipo tenemos a Gambito como el equipo CT. Vamos, ronda de pistolas. Dios santo. Está fuerte, empezamos fuerte. Entropiq empezó bien, ya plantó. Lo único que es aguantar, pero Gambit es Gambit. Complicado, 3 para 2. Bueno, si tiene la baja Gambito, la van a ir a buscar. 1 para 2. Tiene aquí. Parece que no tiene aquí. Dale. Pasan los segundos y tenemos primera ronda ganador Entropiq. O Entropía en este caso, en español, ¿no, chicos? ¿Qué tal? Una semi-compra por el lado de Gambit, lado CT. Todavía no ven la bomba. Un smoke para side. No, era una flash para side. La digger. Si la baja es importante. Vamos. No puede. No conecta la bala. Ya lo calean que está ahí. Encima de la caja. Digger. Gambito. Buena digger. Si la baja, Dios. Era 1 contra 1. Pensaba que Gambito de oro iba a ganar. Ronda ya cuarta. Ahora sí, full buy porque tenemos uno de descuento. Tenemos a 3 para 5. Todavía no ven la bomba. Suponen que es ahí. Pelea. Efectivamente la bomba está repartida ahí. Dios, no lo ven. Dale. Todavía están vivos. Uy, si salta se lo baja. 4-0 a favor de Entropiq. ¿Ustedes esperaban esto? Realmente yo no. Si en la siguiente ronda Entropiq lo hace bien, se van hasta la ronda 7 en realidad. La molotov para hacerlo sacar o salir de ese sitio. Flash para... doble baja. Dios. 2 para 2. Factible, se puede. Ya vio la bomba. Lo único que va a hacer es cuidar la bomba. No, sí. Conectó, al fin Gambito descuenta. ¿Tienen dinero? Hacen una compra. Giro buena baja con la P. Justo eso iba a decir, la P para Giro. Otra baja importante. Está controlado. Entropiq la tiene un poco difícil, más que todo porque no está posicionado. Tienen que entrar todavía. Y todo el equipo de CT ya está ahí en el site, viendo cada punto. Entonces que se lo había bajado el equipo de Entropiq. 2 para 4. Van a guardar. Van a guardar. Llevamos 5-4. Gambito acaba de voltear la ronda. Dios santo. La nade para side. La molo para side también. Una partida de verdad. Una muy buena partida. Esto no es como otro torneo que solamente se necesita 2 rondas para ganar. Se necesita 3, entonces va a estar así. Toma que te doy. Empata 5-5 para Entropiq. Entropía. Hobbit será un ace. Dios, qué buen trade. Con las famas, la P. Aparte de él, Elan. Flashean. Flasheado se lo bajan a uno de Entropiq. Tiene la pick que va a ser el Free Fire. No conecta. Se bajan a uno. Van a rushear 3, 2, 1. 5 segundos para que se lo bajen. 5. Muerto. Gambito, pero qué bien juega, Dios. El lado Terra también es un poco complicado. Sí. Para que Terra funcione, ellos deben tener la primera baja. Si CT tiene la primera baja, ellos van a guardarse un poco. Por lo que ellos están piqueando y CT no. CT está holdeando nada más. Pero también el one to one también pesa también para el equipo de Gambit, ¿no? Wow. Nos vamos hasta la ronda 7-5. Trata de guardar. No lo dejan. La ronda de pistolas ya. Wow. Gambito. Quedan 3 jugadores. 2 jugadores por el lado CT de Entropiq. Creo que es el 9-7. 9-7, claro, por supuesto. 9-7.
Saves the round for Entropiq, but you definitely see a world in which Inters has a shot there. As now it looks a 3v3 on the server, 59 seconds.
No aprovecharon la ventaja que tuvieron al inicio.
Let's see if he can have a step up here, and the answer is just no, because Axel brings him down.
Pero es la final, es lo que se espera. One to one.
Forrester drops everybody down. Even the flank, he gets the right read, and it's just Forrester in these situations.
9-8, correcto. Rush, esa nade, doble nade.
Countering Lackey's position, and that has allowed the pistols into the site. They get
Flash.
a bomb plant, which is priority number 1. That's money confirmed for the next round, but maybe even more.
Dale, ay, se revienta, no. Buen trade, pero wow, es Gambito, ¿no?
No bomb plant for Gambit, so great idea. I just couldn't get the bomb down.
Dios, está bien reñido, no hay un claro ganador. Parecía que Entropiq iba a alargar la victoria y nos íbamos al segundo mapa, pero en realidad no. Gambito se la hizo jugar, jugó fiel a su estilo. La flash, ya lo calearon por supuesto. Gambito. Wow. Está muy bien cómo estructuran, están viendo los puntos flojos del equipo y ¡pum! Entra con todo. Y más que todo lo individual también lo hacen muy bien, lo individual y lo colectivo. Si falla, regalen espacio y dale un pequeño metro a Gambito. Buena baja. No te creo. No te creo, el 1 contra 1. Y ahí está, el 1 contra 1. En la parte individual ellos son los que sacan ventaja en realidad. Por eso está en el top 10 Gambito. Por debajo de Navi.
Oh my god, here we go, Entropiq. Shiro's thrown them all out of the map because he knows he has to play on the AK. The king of clutches in this competition leads the way. Far superior than anybody else at this competition in clutch rounds. And Shiro's gonna do it again. Another kill for Shiro. Is he about to give us a masterclass again? Lackey sits and looks for the pick. As Shiro on low HP is the walking wounded. He'll cross behind the smoke and take up position at short. Lackey has to start thinking, where is Shiro gone? Where is the ever elusive Shiro disappeared to? And he's gone back all the way around. The bomb isn't even planted for him. The bomb's not even planted for Shiro, and he's playing around the ramp. But Lackey turns, and Shiro with a majestic clutch. The headshot connected, and he is giving us a grand showing in this grand final.
Qué volteada acabamos, Dios santo. El 13-9, vamos a ver si Entropiq hace el 13-10, 13-11, o si no, simplemente ya nos iremos al segundo mapa, porque como recuerdan, son 3 mapas que tienen que ganar. Tal vez en el segundo mapa Entropiq dé la sorpresa. Porque al inicio dio la sorpresa, Gambito era claro favorito. Y ahora su nivel se está haciendo ver.
Bomb is down in the open. They're trying to place their final piece of utility in the perfect spots, and that flash has got so much out of it.
¿Qué pasó? Que
blinds Ellie and removes him.
Gambito empezó a leer al equipo contrario. Empezó la lectura, el ajedrez. La flash sabe qué punto están bajos. Bueno. Creo que nos vamos a ir al segundo mapa.
And now just no money for Entropiq has left him in this situation where there's just not enough resources to think about a round win. It's 15 now for Gambit. Just a matter of time, surely.
Se la baja, posible. Todavía no planta.
15 rounds for Gambit. Great recovery as well from, what was a slower start in the second half. Entropiq know what's coming, but can they deal with it? Can they deal with the inevitable bloodshed that's about to happen on this B site? And Ellie tries to get a follow-up kill, but one player left over at B. 3 players on the A site.
15-10, Entropiq tuvo una ronda más. Gambito no pudo terminar ya la partida. Pero ahora van con todo el trade. Dios santo. Si yo me encuentro con eso, yo también me muero así, peor todavía. Y eso que ellos son profesionales. Primera ronda para Gambito. Gambit ganador. Ancient. Wow. Entropiq entra fuerte. Tiene uno menos. Uno, si se baja uno está. Tiene que bajárselo ya. Bien. Pero Gambit es Gambit. Tiene lo suyo también. Buena. Vamos. Quiero una buena partida para el día de hoy. La Nate. No, lo está defusando, papi. Papi, no, lo revienta la cabeza. Claro. Bien jugado por Gambit, ¿no? Dios santo.
There is a chance here for a bomb plant to come in for Entropiq as
2-0 para Gambit.
They haven't even got a player in tempo. It is Axel's work to do from Donut. First kill, second in from him as well. And these rifles are just
en este caso entraría un factor de ganador. Como la Champions, cuando un equipo está ganando, al segundo partido ya no va tan metido. Mueren juntos como equipo que son. Wow, 3-0. Ronda de Deals para Entropiq. Puede ser. Ya no puede ser. Lo intentan, sale, piquea. Nos vamos hasta la ronda 5. La va a tener bien complicada voltear si Entropiq en la ronda de full buy no lo logra hacer. Vamos a la ronda de full buy, vamos Entropiq. Quiero ver jugadas que quiero, plays que quiero yo imitar. Buen trade. Eso no me sale. Me refiero a jugar con pro, no me sale. Con silvers, cualquiera le sale. Más bien, gente, comenten por qué les gusta. ¿Por qué les gusta smurfear? No entiendo. A mí literalmente y personalmente me encanta jugar con gente que sabe jugar más que yo.
Yeah, listen, man. If there's any player in the world who I'm going to trust knows when a clutch is doable,
buena lectura. Supo que está ahí. Bien, ronda importante para Entropiq. Le da vida. Entonces, con lo que comentaba de la Champions, era que si el equipo viene ganando, viene confiado, el segundo partido no lo juega como debe ser. O sea, él piensa que está jugando como el primer partido, para realidad no. Es como manejar un carro de 10 años, te aburres, lo mismo. Piensa que estás bien, pero no es la voz. Vamos, ronda para Entropiq. Ronda importante. Bueno.
And Entropiq play the contact play into the B site, and they get them way through, and they just take that control back. They get a little bit more space.
Pero jugar contra Gambit también, no me imagino, ¿no?
Inter's again boosted up, but this position was cleared previously.
And that smoke has just faded away at the perfect time to allow the explosion from Entropiq as they arrive. And Inter's good kill as he explodes this rifle. Nearly there for the follow-up kill. Hobbit now dropping back, and he's actually eliminated that mid player. Such a standard play for the T's to try and have that one mid lurk. They're often aware of it, but they can't plant the bomb. Just throwing utility down and coating the floor of fire.
para tratar de sorprender al plantar.
For Gambit to get in good spots, but it also puts more pressure down to Tech 9 here with Nickelback.
El 8-4.
It's just where this B play needs to work out, and Axel's found the opening. Nafny look at a hole, but he's overwhelmed.
Buena.
Blackie comes in with a
Que baja.
pick. Shiro drops back into cave, and again has a little
La
helper here.
granada para
Nature's trying to help
bajar
him out with
la
flashes.
menos mal hubo daño, pero no
Gets another
suficiente.
kill onto the side. The
Dios,
utility lacking, and that's what's costing
Bueno, se
them
puede.
right now.
3
Crad
para
finally
2.
fighting back, and that bomb may be planted on the site, but how are they going to play the post plant?
La Nate experimenta no está, no conecta y ronda para Gambit.
Yeah, Entropiq are just getting through the choke point, but it's just getting the bomb down, keeping on players left, and having some utility left. It's just never working out for Entropiq. Let's have the coach just help out with that, I guess. Molotov from Hobbit forces him into the fight. Really good stuff that from Entropiq just to clear out that close angle. They've won that cave control battle. Now that smoke actually isolates off Shiro from Nafny, so Nafny's into the solo fights. Good flashes, the timing on the swing needs to come now, and Elian certainly will capitalize on that opportunity. Pick him for Entropiq. Players still around here for Gambit though, they've still got numbers around the side, but utility this time for the T's has been used perfectly, and Krakos leaping through the smoke, right to a kill, and he comes out with the rifle. He's still got health as well, so this is now a favorable opportunity for Entropiq to pull off this 5th round.
Recién acaba de plantar la molo para hacerlo sacar. Se mueve, no se mueve, se mueve, no se mueve. Y intenta hacer el 3, intenta sorprender en realidad, pero no conecta. Qué bien jugado por... Y más que todo por los reflejos que tiene el jugador de Gambit. Si se dan cuenta es lo individual ya. Pero también tiene que intentarlo, ¿no? Ya lo había caleado. Eso se supone que se supone, bro. Se supone que por la mole iba a salir por el otro lado. Entonces ellos suponen que él está mirando para el otro lado. Pero aún así, los reflejos que tiene, wow. Creo que este va a ser mapa para Gambit. Sí, parece que va a ser mapa para Gambit. Lo vamos ya a hacer 14. Ronda 14. Está tocadísimo, una bala se muere, vamos. Dale, dale. Uno para uno. Uno para dos.
And Axel's turn to try and clutch. 1 versus 2 for Axel to try and pick this one up. Elaine and Forrester.
La bomba está repartida.
14 seconds left and that bomb is
Qué
down.
difícil es.
Axel begins to move his way forward into the site. He can turn this into
Está con
1v1s, but
si
this
lo falla,
time
les.
he's play for elimination now, and what a quick shot from Elian. Axel
Pero creo que este tío no falla,
At least another round here for
Bueno,
Entropiq.
pana, bueno, che. Buenos
Slowly pushing them away.
Bueno, parce.
Numbers over here. They've done well to pick up that first kill, and now with that rotation that you just pointed out, they've got the numbers in
Bueno,
place. They got the
compadre.
kills as well, but they've just been
Es ronda para
back by
Gambit, ¿sí?
Hobbit, Shiro, and Inter's
Sí,
getting
es ronda
involved.
para
Shiro gets caught by the
Navi,
flash of
Gambit,
Inter.
digo, Gambito
Sets
de
up the
oro.
kill of Lackey, which assisted by Forrester results in a round win for
Aunque
Entropiq.
Entropiq hace
7
lo
rounds
suyo.
now.
Descuenta.
Entropiq starting to get a little foothold in the first time here at
En
Ancient.
este caso Entropiq un mínimo error y se acabó la
Comes down
ronda,
to
¿no?
the timing. Does he
Puede
let them
soñar, he
slip
visto
in
comebacks
behind? Because now they're
que se ha dado.
focusing on the play. They're dropping that player back from
Pero ya está un poco
CT with
difícil,
playing
¿no?
B. It's Elian with the AWP that gets caught by Hobbit.
Aunque ahora todo se vale. Oh, la
Creo
que voy a practicar hacerse tiro, ¿no?
is getting kills in the round for Gambit. It's kept it a 3v3, but it's Axel's play into the A
Sí,
bomb
voy a
site that was
practicar ese
coming for a
tiro.
long time and finally gets his reward. Bomb goes down for Gambit, and Entropiq starting to split up the numbers into the 1-for-1 fights. Crad will enter from Donut. And he gets spotted. The fight's now forced onto him elsewhere. It will be one kill. It's Axel who will fall. But it's Forrester now with everything
Complicado,
to do.
ronda 15 para Gambit.
Tempo, dealing with his double
Dependiendo de
donut
esta,
setup.
pero están los dos.
On Ancient, Entropiq's map pick is
Guarda.
going the way of Gambit right now. Just one
Qué
round away.
frustración
They
debe
will be
sentir ahorita el
2-0
equipo de
up in this
Entropiq.
best of 5 grand final. Let's see if Crag can get away
Ronda
with it.
15, será la última
This
ronda.
time gets the right
Buen
peek out for the
trade, Trin
timing.
Santian
Just gets caught
lo
switching
recarga
weapons,
y
and
lo...
Nickelback is given a kill.
Dios.
He has been the player that's done everything in this round, gleaned the information, got the pick in mid, and now has found the follow-up. It's on to Axel and Nafny, who are separated completely. There's no time for it, and Gambit are done in this round. Entropiq are able to pick it up, and now they're looking for the kills after time. Unfortunately for Entropiq, they will not be able to find Axel. 8 rounds for Entropiq. Still a little foothold in the game, but
tal vez en otro torneo esto ya hubiera sido el definitivo, el mapa definitivo. Pero en este caso, como lo repito, son 3 mapas para ganar, para ser el campeón. Si no me equivoco, el premio era $300,000, no recuerdo.
Still, the time is tucked down to 20 seconds, and Gambit are no closer
También
to taking the A side.
esta semana
Just yet,
tenemos
that bomb is going
partidas
back to B instead.
Team Vitality
They're gonna see
versus
if
Team
they can get
Liquid.
through the side.
Tenemos
There's a
Navi
player over there right now to try and cause some
Big.
problems, and that's Nickelback. He's been so good.
Tenemos
So far,
Nip
get
versus
another
Tralis.
lineup of 2 players. Crad comes in
Todo el
with a
mismo
follow-up.
día vamos a
We
estar
have to
subiendo
remember what
nuestro
Gambit brought to the table in this round. It wasn't a fantastic buy.
15-9.
Is that bomb going to go? Plant, but nothing more than that. Ellian keeps Entropiq in the game as we go
15,
to 11.
quieren hacer comba, ¿verdad? Vamos a ver si en realidad hacen comba. Yo tampoco he visto este max. 15-12, no te creo.
Rifle's trying to open it. Ellian's come in with the first pick. Crad, this lineup is good for him. He's found one pick. He just stayed alive towards cave. It's forced to make the rotation over. Entropiq are stopping the B plays again from Gambit. They're just not getting into the site. They're not getting the kills, and the bomb can never
Joven,
go
si
down.
se la baja van a plantarse,
Maybe
de seguro, de seguro.
Could pull a couple of kills here for Gambit. He found Forrester first, and now double up together.
Focus on the right side with that molly in place, but getting the
Nate va a hacer daño.
is so tricky. They need the frags, and now they can go A.
And that has just opened up that avenue completely.
56 segundos, pueden rotar.
He's holding off the play, but he's just put Axel alone
Está tocadísimo.
into the 1 versus 2 as Axel has not decided to commit yet. That'll buy
Si
some
se la
extra
hace,
time for
ay, no te
Entropiq to get
creo.
closer, and that should work out for Entropiq. Axel has to hope he can turn it into the 1v1 fights, which is exactly what he's done now. Just a 1 versus 1 between him and Nickelback. Axel tries to close it for Gambit, looking to take them through to the second map win here in the grand finals. Axel's got it done. 16-12 for Gambit.
Creo que él es el que le grita, ¿no? Siempre grita todo, ¿no?
In the best of 5, Entropiq with the comeback.
Vamos al siguiente mapa.
It will be a couple of tees now walking up
Vamos al
towards
mapa
the
de
ball
Overpass,
side.
ronda
Look at
de
a hole from
pistolas,
behind him.
entra por
Dicey
baños,
Crad is in
wow,
behind
está
the
por
ball.
atrás, se lo
Headshot
baja,
to
se baja uno, se
Navi,
baja
first
dos, no puede.
assassination has been committed,
El
but
trade
Crad has been
instantáneo,
caught.
lo
Has to
calean,
pay for his
Navi
crimes.
por baños.
Enters, throws out some capital
Entra
punishments. They
conector.
go down in towards the lower
Dos
side.
para
They'll
tres.
swing open the
Si la
door and try
rotación
and
es
go for the
instantánea,
bomb plant at a minimum, but Lackey has
Entropiq lo
rotated
puede
over.
detener.
A quiet start to Ancient. We'll see if he can get off to a good start here on
Ya lo
Overpass.
escucharon, ya calea.
His teammates are starting to come down because they know it's
Todos
the B
corran, que
play.
te corran.
But Gambit slipping away, but the bomb plant is good in him itself. But they now look to try and win the round itself. Instead, it's Intros coming in with a
Buena baja, no te creo.
headshot. Shiro playing towards short. Drop down into heaven. They've got 2 players still in front of them, but Shiro has been the king
Va a jugar al
of the
tiempo.
clutch situation.
Pero ahí hay uno
Let's see if he can
defusando.
start it off with a buying here
Y
at
salen los
Overpass.
dos.
And the
Wow.
answer is no. Elliot will stop him from being able to pick up the first.
Importante, importante.
Some strong positions
Tienen que
here.
ganarla sí o sí Entropiq.
Flash, pop through Monster, Nickelback.
Pero Gambit de Gambit ya lo vio, le calea.
Following behind them, gets the information.
Están entrando, voy entrando por side.
That's the question everybody's wondering right now, and so far Lackey begins to have a strong hold. Smoke isn't good towards short either. Gap to play with Crad. Helped out the offensive, and
Buena baja,
3
buena baja.
kills for Crad into the CT
Dos rondas
side. He's
importantes.
starting off strong.
Finally, they're crunching on Crad, and Hobbit even ready for that boost. 2 early kills for Gambit. So well played.
And that just is the signal to go. That's the signal to accelerate the pace of this round entirely. Nickelback's down on the lower side. He's got a flash to try and hold on to the B bomb site. He's peeked out and taken Intros out first. Bomb now down in behind the sandbags.
Que ven, Mats.
Looking for a follow-up kill here, Nickelback as well, and he has slipped around the right side of the pillar. Nafany is the next victim of the M4, and Nickelback is using this position wisely, starting to turn them into favorable
Especialmente para mí,
fights,
jugar en
using cover
Overpass
to drop the
se me hace
players, and now
difícil,
he's got the
¿ya?
rotation of Ellian over, and it's all on Nickelback.
Más que todo por no tener un equipo
Prime. Has to win the 1 versus 1, and he's caught with just a pistol in his hands. Nickelback with a 4K, a huge round, and he lets out a yell because he knows that round was huge from him.
Pistols out for Gambit in this one, and Crad is getting aggressive.
El spray, wow, una bala, una bala.
Quiso
bajarse el cuarto, no pudo.
Se
lo bajaba y a buscar el ace.
Holdea.
Piquea, piquea, piquea.
Uf,
ya lo calea.
Just shy of the mark,
No,
and
se
that
baja
means
uno.
Exile is able to force the fight onto
Dios.
Forrester.
Ese nivel ya nada se puede saber, ¿eh?
Alien missing another opportunity, but Lackey's still in con, and I don't know if they're ready.
Qué buen timing.
Lackey with a
Por
double
supuesto.
kill brings down
5 a
Axel
0.
and Shiro.
Creo que van a hacer eco.
Blistering start 9-3 right now.
O van a semi-comprar, no sé.
And here go
No, sí,
Gambit.
es full buy.
About to come in.
Aunque no tanto, ahora no tiene muchas utilidades que digamos, ¿no? Se lo baja, no.
Oh, the utility's good here. Forces
Uy.
Ellian into an
Pero
uncomfortable
el spray
position.
también.
That connector flight from Crad has delivered 2 kills. 2 down for Gambit, and they're getting floundered right now. They're getting shot up, and not a single chance for them to get towards the site. Gambit held back.
Ronda
This
para
gun round's a
Entropiq.
non-starter as well. 6-0
Al
for
fin, ¿eh?
Entropiq.
Vamos a tener otro mapa.
Shiro looking to
Esto
save
pinta
the
que vamos a
order.
tener otro
Crad
mapa,
might
¿no?
actually try and run him down here.
After the time as well, $350. Oh, Crad just jumps on his
No lo deja
head.
de guardar.
Ikumba stomps him in the grand final.
Lógico.
And Shiro has no money going into
Dale
this
la
next
pega,
round. This is a
Shiro.
terrible start for Gambit.
To A in time for this push.
And Elian's just going to focus down on the mid-fight. Flash
Ronda
is not going to
7.
connect onto the
Laico ya no lo vemos.
In fact, it's going to connect onto Nafany. Kill coming
No
in for Crad,
te
though, as he
creo.
lines up to Entropiq, shutting down the attack of
No te
Gambit.
creo que va a
As
ser
we go
un
under 1 minute, Axel and
16,
Shiro.
un
And now they have to
16-3.
go back to B, but Entropiq have been solid at holding this
16-5.
site so far.
Yeah, passive hold on the B site, though, so if they can get on towards it, they can maybe just steal away the bomb plant, but there's no utility here. There's no smokes to cover off the site take, and so they've just got to take these
Buena
long-range
baja.
fights.
Baja importante,
With the positional advantage of
Segundo
the CT
23.
side, it's very difficult
Buena
for
nade.
Gambit to even get into a comfortable
Lo hace
spot at all.
dudar.
Axel
Lo
tried to
vio
play
ya.
for the kill instead of committing to the bomb plant immediately because he wanted to cut these numbers down. Just couldn't do
Son
it. Just
cuatro,
couldn't get the pick.
definitivamente lo
So
van a
now Shiro and
intentar.
Axel have to pull off this round. And
Tiene
there's
la
no
primera
kill for
baja.
Axel, so it's all on Shiro, who
No
started
sabe
this
dónde está el
competition
otro.
off fantastic.
Ya lo vieron.
Starting to look strong coming into the
Acaba
final,
ronda
but
para
has been
Entropiq.
cancelled out over the last few rounds. And once again,
Bien
is out
interesante,
of
¿eh?
play. It's another round for Entropiq. Axel's down. Horwitz trying to pull something back here for Gambit. He's trying to create that space for the side into the
Jugaremos
B side,
el
and he
mapa
needs the
6.
pick, but it's just not coming through. And it's all getting shut down again as Entropiq
mapa
goes for
5,
10
perdón.
rounds. Shiro tries his best and he's starting to clutch it back. Shiro with a 3K and just in the end,
10-0.
the
No
blink
te
of an
puedo
eye, and
creer,
Elian
no
tries
te
to shut
puedo
down the
creer, no
chance
te
for
puedo
Shiro.
creer.
10
Que le hicieron muy bien y lo
rounds
psicológico también me
for
está afectando.
Entropiq.
Y le va a afectar también esto para el otro match, para el otro,
Side, and that allows the Tech 9 to nip at the heels. Elian down, and now Nickelback. His rifle at the ready. Bomb's gone down.
¿Cómo se les escapó
Trying to
esa,
follow up,
Dios?
just couldn't do it. And now
Si era
Forrester and
eco.
Lackey into the 2v3. Gambit have picked up those upgraded weapons, and they're putting the bomb down. Axel confirming the plant and the extra
Igual ya le sacó
cash,
mucha
but they're now
ventaja a
looking for the
Entropiq.
round wins. Gambit, can they finally pick up a round here on overpass? Lackey's trying to pull it back, but it's still so difficult. Hobbit wins it out, and finally,
Mira
Gambit
la
will
cara.
taste the
Ahí
victory
tendría la
of
cara
just
así.
a single round.
Uno skin no lo ha tenido así.
Get dropped back in reply from Shiro. The rifle hasn't swung out from Forster, and now it will, but it'll swing into Inters. And now Lackey's alone outside of Monster, and he's being pushed. But he's
buen
holding
trade.
on. He's got
Uf.
2 kills, and that's a no-scope from
Qué
Shiro.
bueno.
That is ridiculous. As now Crad,
Giro
who's been
con
a
la P.
beast so far, has arrived back to the site alongside Nickelback. They're looking to claim 11th round, and Crad has caught Shiro looking the wrong way. It's Nafany, the in-game leader, who must lead by example in the clutch. He drops himself back down into water, starting to worry about the
utilidades,
positions of the remaining
tiene una
Entropiq
flash y una
players.
smoke.
He doesn't have the info as to where they
Quiera.
are, but in fact they've doubled up and have come through Monster. Nickelback's
Están barriendo el lugar.
Nafany's dropping his position. He's desperately trying to turn this
Pero era
into
para
a
barrer
1v1
también por otro
fight.
lado, ¿eh?
He hears them now encroaching on his position, confirms they're both down, and won't be able to get the kill though. Defuse comes in, Nickelback making noise and making 11th round happen for Entropiq.
Buena
And even in
ronda
that scenario where the
por parte
trades
de
aren't too
Entropiq.
bad for Gambit initially,
Entonces adelantamos.
This Crad comes in with a
12
2K
a 2.
shot from Elian, has dropped the numbers, and now
Plata
it's all on
Gambit.
Nafany, and somehow, someway, Entropiq have got themselves back into this position,
Uno para
and they win the
uno y
round
ronda para
13-2. There's a
Nos vamos
fuse
ya
on
al
the play,
siguiente
there's a
mapa.
timer for them to
Todavía
try and
no.
get back in, and
Gambit
Elian
tiene lo
so quick,
suyo y
Forrester
Gambit
gets
ronda
aggressive
6.
too, and it's Entropiq on 14
No,
rounds.
no era Gambit.
Opening pick,
Era
does get
Entropiq.
traded out by Crad, and now the bomb is caught
Perdón, era
inside of the site.
Entropiq.
Nafany creating pressure, follow up from Nafany, and the chaos
Se lo baja,
now
se
ensues.
lo baja.
They've taken him out of the round. The bomb will be picked up back
En
on
el
the
humo,
back of
no
Elian,
puede,
but it's not there
lo
for
calea.
long. It's forced down, and now Crad
Tiene
in the
difícil.
1v3 is just
3
caught in
para 1.
position.
Oh.
The triangle of death,
La
and
tenía
Gambit
complicada,
will get another
el
6
equipo de
rounds now
Entropiq,
for
¿no?
Gambit.
Entropiq.
Had to come off the angle, and a Hobbit making the wrist play
Buena
through
baja.
connector, has spotted the bomb, trying to make its way back down, and the
Gambito
bomb is actually
quiere
trickled
voltear,
all the way down the
Gambito quiere
stairs.
voltear.
And so that's information for
Al menos
Gambit, but
acortar, ¿no?
Lackey comes in with a brilliant headshot.
Ya lo
Nafany's being
peleó
pushed
a-
from 2 fronts. There's a player in the tunnel, and he's so focused on connector, he has got interest to help him out, and Nafany's come in with a 2K. The player, Forrester, looked like he was going to come through tunnels, but instead he's made the monster play, and he's coming back through short. Inter
No,
takes him down
no.
as well, and this has gone from bad to worse for Entropiq. Elian caught in the open, and Nafany with
14-8.
a monster down as Nickelback removes him
14
forcibly.
es.
It's Hobbit's turn, and Crad has hunted him down. He's cleared out water, and now it's Shiro and Axel trying to pull their way back in, and Shiro unable to get a
3 para 1
single kill
complicado, lo
from the
tenía.
AWP. It is
Ya
Axel's
plantaron, la
turn.
tiene complicada.
And he
A
has been
guardar.
turning this game around time and time again. But this round, this one looks unwinnable. Axel finds one shot in the AWP. The game of gun game as he switches to the AK once more, but Elian holds from the swing at heaven. And 15 rounds now for Entropiq. Map point.
Ronda para Entropiq.
And Axel tried to face the
15
smoke.
a 11, última ronda.
Unscopson is now alone. He gets away with one, but they're running him
Ya,
down.
se lo baja definitivamente. Puede salvar, la salvó muy bien. Bien, hace tiempo hasta que su gente. Bueno. ¿No lo calió? Dios. Bueno, a este nivel cualquier cosa puede pasar en realidad. Salen los dos para hacer el trade y lo hacen. No sé qué hice. Nos vamos al siguiente mapa. Y nos vamos al siguiente. No. Yo entiendo, le estoy diciendo huevón, te estoy diciendo allá. Eso es lo que le ha dicho. Como te estoy diciendo, no, que soy chino, no puedo mirar bien. Buen daño. Qué buen play, Dios. No te creo. Gambito ganador. Pero Dios, lo tenía por más de 10 de diferencia. Entropiq, imagino el coach diciendo, ya pesa, güey, eso es una ronda nomás. No me dan roche. 1 para 4, yo no tiro una mole y me pongo encima de la realidad. Bueno, gente, tenemos otro mapa. Mirage. 1 para 2. Gambito de CT. Entropiq del lado Terro ya plantó. Lo vio. Ronda para Entropiq. Por supuesto. Ronda 3 ya. Buena. Si vienes el lado Terro, ¿cuál es el lado que juegas mejor? En mi caso yo lo que hago normalmente, digo a mi equipo que smokees medio y yo rusheo con una Mac medio, L. No importa dónde voy. La primera flash lo lanzo yo, obviamente. Yo incluso entro flasheado, porque prefiero que los dos estemos ciegos que a que él esté ciego a medias, que yo lo vea. No. Prefiero estar ciego los dos. El lado P retrocede y entro a L. Y me lo bajo, te juro que me lo bajo. Porque él sale despacito o incluso smokea por el temor de que van a rushear y yo salgo saltando como basura. Va, me lo bajo. De ahí mi equipo la caga. No, de la caga, en verdad, porque yo subo a Moscú y no rushean. Debía ganar posición, pero no hacemos nada. Luego tiro la molly a jungla. Viene por caverna. 3 para 2. Va a guardar. Ronda para Entropiq.
So at least a little bit of mercy goes the way of Entropiq. Try and glean some information out of it. Axel is just still holding from ladder room. They're still trying to just be methodical here on Entropiq and not let
no todo el equipo de Entropiq han comprado.
The timing for Axel, of course he gets away with it.
Forzaron.
It was almost written in the stars for the way he was just catching the timings.
Yo la van a tener complicada.
And he was going to find that
¿Cuánto
chance
dinero
to take 2 down. And the rest of them start to
Parece van a hacer un
win.
eco.
The weaker weapons of Entropiq.
Ya lo calean, lo destrozan.
Light work for Gambit in this round. Everyone's surviving.
Nickelback could catch the timing out to his right side. Looks like Nickelback's about to get the
drop. Entropiq tiene que ganar o ganar, porque si Gambit gana, se acabó. Ganador.
Through connector, creeping up onto Forrester, and he really turns around to Crad. He couldn't quite bring down the Russian.
¿Cómo están posicionados? ¿Están bien?
We'll go back and pick up the bomb. Still a chance now for Entropiq thanks to that pick from Crad. That's even better from Elliot.
Buena baja importante. Para Entropiq, a favor de Entropiq, Dios. No se lo van a esperar. No se lo van a esperar. La voy a repetir, Dios. Creo que debo piquear ese ángulo, ¿eh? Creo que debo piquear ese ángulo.
Gap that Axel was taken out of, but Inter's.
Creo que debo piquear ese ángulo.
Any weakness, any hole, and Elian trying to force the Blitter's threat. The player, but Hobbit won that fight, creeping up onto Forrester.
Lo siento,
he
lo
really
siento.
turns around to Crad.
Se colgó.
He couldn't quite bring down
Ahora
the
sí.
Russian in the window. And go back and pick up the bomb.
Debo piquear ese ángulo.
Still a chance now for Entropiq thanks to that pick from Crad. That's even better from Elian.
Hobbit has just plugged the gap that
Dios.
Axel was taken out of, but Inter's.
Yo no me lo esperaría. Yo ahí moría.
Patiently on B on an awkward angle to clear, but they clear it perfectly.
Buenísima,
Elian just
buenísima.
decapitates him, and now it's just Hobbit alone. He's taking damage.
Le di
from the
espacio,
fire
pero-
fights, and now has to win
ay.
out two of his own.
No llegó a plantar.
Elian is down, and suddenly it's Crad versus Hobbit. The star
No
of the
llegó a
show for
plantar.
Entropiq in the
No se lo va a esperar.
looking to win the 1v1.
O sí.
He's got the wrap, and
No.
Hobbit's down. Crad reads him
Alegría
like a
para el
book
equipo de Entropiq.
and takes him out of play. Entropiq with a crucial round win.
Pero era de otra. Tenían que estar separados. O era nada. Era ganar o perder. Dios.
That would have been ludicrous. Coming out of Shiro's AWP, but
Pero ni yo me lo espero.
suddenly at 2 versus 3.
Estoy aprendiendo nuevos lugares, ¿eh?
They needed that kill onto Axel. And now Elian having to dance with 3 players encroaching on his position. It is inevitable that shot would be landed. Axel commits to the fight, and Gambit into the side again.
Voy a intentarlo.
That could be
Vamos a ver si me resulta.
a massive turning point in this game. Gambit now assuming they can't win this one would be in trouble. Look at the damage, but no frag for Forrester.
Yeah, they're just charging here. They're trying
Una
to get the
semicompra
pace
para el lado de
towards the
Gambito.
side. It's worked out for Crad and Lackey. Oh, getting tied up from CT. In fact, Axel's actually hit that shot from CT.
Con el
Gonna go back
scout.
again, but with the scout, you can't expect too much from him. Enters
Y a
once
guardar.
again into the save call. 8 rounds
Ronda
for
para Entropiq.
Entropiq.
It's only a
Entropiq.
Inters is saying it won't do anything against your next round.
Ya lo calean y
They
se lo
don't
bajan.
believe him. Elia makes sure nothing can be saved from Gambit. And look at how much this game turns from that one round. Forrest is out.
Yeah, it's a big quick play
Flash
from
para
Forrester.
caverna. Piquean los dos al mismo tiempo.
They're caught because he's alone. The smoke up to ramp isolates the
Si mi
team.
tío jugara
Axel
así.
with the lineup in mid has found Crad and Lackey. Good start of the round here from Gambit, who looked to try and close it.
Última ronda, ronda
He swung
15.
into the mid fight, connected a lot of damage on towards Elliot.
Para tener a
And now
Gambito
has
del lado
picked up
de
the AWP,
Oterro.
and Nickelback starting to try and bring down players. He's worried about default, but Shiro and
Molotov.
Upperwood goes down to Nickelback as well. And are they really going to do
2
it
para
again?
2.
That's going to
Tocadísimo.
work out because they know they have one player, CT, and
Ya,
Elliot's
esa
going to
baja.
glean that kill. And now it is all on Axel to try and win out this round. The bomb goes back to
Piquea,
ramp, and
piquea.
Axel
Nosotros
has to
tiene que
worry
piquear
about
sí o sí.
CT. He's flashed, perfectly blinded, and another round where
Ya
there's no
tenemos
chance for Entropiq
ronda
on
5,
paper, but
chicos,
they
tenemos
turn
ronda
it
5.
around. Forrester is just
7
ripping
para
them
10.
apart. 3 kills from
Entropía no pudo hacer
Now he has to
mucho.
do most of the heavy lifting
Gambit
because he's got
le ganó
just one player left. It is
la ronda de
Crad on the
pistolas.
headshot on the cross. What a hold from Forrester. We see throughout this tournament a lot of great B holds out of him.
They're waiting to see if they can just get that one kill that can help them explode, but it's actually Axel
Buena,
who's
buena
found
baja.
through the smoke.
Ok,
Yeah,
importante.
Lackey brings him down with the
Medio sueño,
MP9, and so Gambit are trying to turn their attentions back into the A
Medio
side.
sueño
But
porque
Elliot
siento
has
que
come in
esto
with
no
a
va a
pick.
ser la última
Follow
ronda.
up from Nickelback, double kill out of the IGL.
Y Entropía
It's all
alarga.
Shiro, and he is down after 1. 12 rounds for
Alarga el número de
Entropiq.
ventaja.
That'll fly them up. That was done so quickly.
Top mid control being
Nickelback.
contested for. Nickelback in underpass wins that
Buenísimo.
first fight.
Ronda
Can he get
13.
back safely though?
Well, yeah, he's going to try.
Oh.
Swing out from his teammate helps him out. Elliot will go down. Crad as well finding the kill here for Entropiq.
Esta ronda
And it's on to
aparentemente
Shiro
está a
and
favor
Hobbit.
de
A
Entropiq.
2 versus 4. Entropiq have the double man advantage. Nickelback gets away with pushing underpass. And now
Ay,
in connector,
lo
he's
revienta.
found the head of Hobbit. It's all on Shiro.
Mala suerte.
Finally, Shiro has to make the move, but the short players may be able to deny him.
Well,
El
Shiro
último mapa creo que es 2.
pick, but Lackey removes
Dos,
any
dos.
chance of a clutch from
Budapest
Shiro.
2021.
Gambit
Un
are
saludo.
dejected. They're not finding anything in these rounds. And
Bueno, pues a mí,
Entropiq
chicos.
are having an easy time of things. They are doing. They maybe find one, but with the shot, the Itchy goes in.
Ronda
And the low
15.
HP betrays Hobbit.
Tenemos
It's
quinto
another
mapa,
round
chicos,
for
tenemos quinto
Entropiq
mapas.
as they keep on moving
No te puedo
forward.
creer.
I'm worried about the murder hole. And Lackey certainly should be because Nafany
Bueno,
turned back and taking his head right off his shoulder. It's not just Cole Lack, he's now lacking ahead.
Gambit lo pelea como el equipo
Nickelback's pulled one kill
bueno que
forward
es.
again from the CTs, but they've lost Elian, which just leaves Forrester and Nickelback in a 2 versus 3. Shiro under pressure, but Nickelback jumps over his crosshair and brings down the Ultra that had the bomb on his back. And now Nickelback looking to carry his team on his back a whole way through
Está a favor de...
to this final map of the best of 5. Can he do it now? He
El otro
has the
equipo
bomb right
va a
in
empezar
front of
fuerte
his
Gambit.
eyes.
Estoy seguro que Gambit va a empezar
and
ganando la ronda de
Axel with
pistola.
mission impossible to try and pick up the bomb
Si ese lado
and remove Nickelback, who dodges the flashbang, taps to try and pull them into the fight. He's done it, he's pulled it in for 1v1, and Nickelback gets it done!
Si Gambit es el lado terror, la va a ganar.
Getting hyped. There's Nafny with
Esa apuesta.
that classic hype in the last map, but you could see maybe they found that two will be trying to deliver some impact. Hobbit being picked
No
up by
digo.
Lack. It was
Bueno, ahí me equivoqué. Ya es la ronda 3 para
Hobbit eventually run down, but there's the trade.
ronda de
quick
pistolas.
trade. The problem that
2 para
Gambit
4.
struggled with was just getting
La
those
tiene
trades in
complicada
quickly enough,
Entropiq.
making
Y
sure
la
they
bomba
close
está
down that space
repartida
and
en
Entropiq
puerta
gained
en
early.
medio.
They've done that this time around.
Back to a 2-on-3.
Van a empezar a barrer
Still need more, and Krad's been down.
sitio por sitio y wow.
Nafny with the headshot,
Ronda para
domes him,
Gambito.
and getting hyped. There's Nafny with that classic hype that he usually brings to the team, but there was none of that. There was nothing to get hyped about in the last map, but you could see maybe they found him. No, Dust 2 would be
Esa one way
great map for
para
an
pasar a
overwatch
Phoenix.
to try and step up and try and deliver
Pero
some
los pros ya
impact.
lo
Hobbit
saben.
being picked up by Lack. He was traded out quickly
Ya
by
nada de
Nafny.
sorpresa.
Again, there's 2-man advantage siding with Gambit into this gun round has kept him afloat. And that bomb has to be picked up. And Entropiq still have a lot of time left. And these are the kind of rounds that they were losing, actually, Gambit over on Mirage. I don't know if they're going to be able to lose this one, though. Entropiq have a very difficult road ahead of them.
It's a long fight is everything. If Nickelback wins that, then the round could
Ronda para
start to
Gambito, no
become
lo puedo creer.
uncomfortable.
Gambito.
But Axel wins it.
Sure, unable to pick up a kill, and Krad trying to force the Alper back. He's forcing him into a more recessive position, but
Se lo come.
further down long, he has teammates, and the rotation comes in from
Ronda
CT.
3.
3 rounds for Gambit early on the board.
Yeah, standard map control taken. Now you can line up these smokes if you want to.
Una
It's
ronda
got the
4.
palm tree flash at the ready. It's really
Estamos
hard
en
to
la ronda
dodge that.
5.
It's hard to see that flash coming.
Well, Forrester's clearly
Circularon
got
por
blast as he
baranda.
dodged it, and now it's pushing
Buena
forward. Shiro
baja.
with the first
Buenísima
big bomb
baja,
down.
baja importante.
Initial kills here from Gambit are starting to look
Es
good.
ganable, es ganable.
This is rough for Entropiq. They haven't really got too much fragging output at all.
Ya no.
Where's it gone? Where's the kills here for Entropiq? They're just not happening. They're just not bringing down players at all. And Gambit are going to feel great about this as Inter starts to flank to the mid doors. Krad is held around the backside. You can't afford to let your individuals go off here. You need them to start fragging almost
no es,
immediately. And a missed shot from Ellie in the flank will come through from Axel.
Ronda 5
5-0
para
for
Gambito.
Gambit. And for Entropiq, it has not been the cleanest of starts at all. The engines have cooled for some reason. For what surely should be a shutdown on this B attack. Inches will be the first player tested. He's done well.
Qué buen
2
trade.
kills for him.
El ace, el
Hobbit
ace.
with the itchy and Nafny with a follow-up kill. It's just Elian held behind with the scout. And again, another clean round for Gambit. Not a single kill yet gleamed for Entropiq. Damage will be inflicted on towards Nafny, who's forced
Se
back.
da.
But for Gambit, no death. And extra money now just flowing through the bank accounts.
Hobbit has Shiro behind him, but doesn't even need
No le
it.
dejaron el
Hobbit
ace.
has been looking good. Gambit had 4 players stacked on long. They're just getting all the right reads right now.
No pueden
This is the
arriesgar
response
arma.
from Elian, though. He saw that long presence, so he's going to try and cut off the rotation.
Well, he's holding for it. Really got to hope that he can get something here. Elian yet to get a kill. The only player on his team that's yet to post a frag.
And again, they just don't give him that opportunity. Now they have to try something at
Well,
B.
he's got to get the bomb back, and there's a little bit of an aggressive play from Axel. The bomb is still towards long. Elian has to try and take down Axel, and even now, 4 players still on the server. Oh, this is just horrible for Entropiq. This is starting to become an absolute disaster. They've had timeouts. Lots of them already used. They've had buy rounds now. They've tried
Dios,
different things.
7-0
This is
Entropiq, ¿serio?
starting to become very scary. Gambit are honed in,
Vamos.
and this is where they start to forget about some of their
Tenemos
woes.
que irnos aunque sea el
They're looking
10-5.
for the doors play. Inter's about to come through, and now the information picked up for Nafny, but
Buena.
Elian held it. He held the peek up from Nafny, and that's a couple of kills now for Entropiq. Shiro and Hobbit into the 2v3.
They've left the bomb behind though, so the bomb still has to cross to the site, and they don't have the nades for that.
Shiro's turn to try and create some space back into this. Smoke goes out towards the door, but Shiro is caught, and Hobbit
No le piqué esto. Ah, no, ahora sí. Eso no. 3 para 1, ¿no?
Win with some weaker weaponry.
Das cuenta, Entropiq.
That pick out along from Lackey was really important, just keeping the pressure across the map.
They're starting to drop back, but they've lost all the map control elsewhere. They've got a real difficult fight ahead of them. And Hobbit just peeks up from short, gets caught, and Lackey brings him down. Nafany with the immediate reply, though. They're making this just so uncomfortable for Entropiq. There's no chance for a plan B. There's no fallback plan at all.
They're just working together so well here, and again, it has to be a Hail Mary play back to the B site.
And now they're going to try and cut through some of the remaining players. Inters will be the first player they have to eliminate. They're trying to place the utility, but the CTs are throwing some of their own. And even Shiro getting involved from outside of the doorway. 30 seconds, and Elian just stands no chance now in this 1v4. Gambit are being disruptive. This is their play style now. They're just cutting off all of the map control when Entropiq go too heavy towards one side of the map. So proactive from Gambit.
And the Gambit machine looked like it was breaking down on those previous maps, but finally.
So Hole's first headshot is his. Nickelback, the first player to get downed.
Flasheo.
Well, it was finding so much impact in the opening rounds over a barrage, but this time silenced. 2 kills from Elian and Lackey.
Muy complicado.
Positive signs began to show for Entropiq, but those have been from Gambit, and now the AWP of Elian really needs to start delivering some of this impact. It's got a good pick. He's down into CT. A lovely shot from Elian. Enters down and he goes for more. Elian has to do it all now, and he will. 4K from Elian. He's shown up to the grand final in the final map with a huge round. It's just lucky here for Entropiq. They've made the right read. They've got the right positioning. Hobbit, the first player. Perfect flash of Nafany, and 2 kills for Hobbit. There's still 2 players inside of the site as well here for Gambit. They've still got numbers. Let's see if this defense will hold water. In fact, it's a flood, and Nafany's come through the window to take Forrester out. Elian and Crad now 2 players just floundered and left alone. Crad does hit 1 headshot. Elian with a pick back, but again, it's just Elian on his own. This time on 2 HP. And he has
literalmente le soplan y se muere.
Of health he has.
Si se tropieza, se
muere. And then at that point, Entropiq just kind of faltered because they knew there were still 2 more CTs on the B in their respective fight.
Enough to break through right now. Gambit are holding on.
11-3, Entropía. Muy buen intento.
He's not built Elian. Shoulder usage and Hobbit shutting down the play forward. And they've struggled trying to get that rifle off the site. Shiro not flashed off. It's a dry pick into him. They're very lucky not to have lost their life immediately. Axel will follow it up, and the long play from Elian seemed desperate. And Hobbit puts him out of his misery. Headshot connected as he will slay the long play. And now we go under a minute. The 2 remaining players from Entropiq of Forrester and Lackey will have to try and find openings.
Ya lo 30 en medio, puerta. Ya saben, ya avanzaron en A. No es en A.
There just lambs to the slaughter as Inter's wits to decapitate 2 of them with the guillotine. He came on through as Forrester's at the ready. Again, there's another player at door that's just so unlikely to watch them come out of this because they're slow peeking into it. And Inter's and Nafany will crucify both of them.
¿Tenemos ganador, chicos? ¿Tenemos ganador? Creo que sí tenemos ganador ya.
Just can't do it. He's not strong enough to break through right now. Gambit are holding on. They've got a fortress built up on the CT side. At least the trade did come through.
La nade para baranda. Oh, hizo daño.
Hobbit shutting down the play forward. This fortress is looking like Helm's Deep. It's almost impenetrable.
Fuckéalo.
Hobbit again, just always so solid wherever he is on the map. Oftentimes around A, he's been locking it down.
¿Qué hubiera pasado si Entropía hubiera estado en el lado CT?
12-3 half. Gambit will lead the way on the last map of this grand final. It's been a huge turnaround from them, just a monumentous turnaround, really.
Porque estaba para 2 equipos, ¿ah? Sí,
well, actually, I say somehow, but they've got Glocks talking. They've got Glocks. It takes a long time to charge your way through with the Glocks to get that kill. And that time has certainly allowed more players to arrive to the car instead. And they have just gone to the slaughter. Shiro and Axel with 2 quick kills. And that has opened up the round completely for Gambit. Just Lackey and Crad.
A mí me da mejor punto a ustedes.
That car has been shot the hell up as the approach comes into this A bomb site.
Yeah, send it
the other
scrap.
CTs are trying to respond. They've heard about the shooting, but I don't know if they're going to be able to do anything about it.
We'll try. They're just kind of understaffed right now in this attempt. Axel with good headshot on towards Lackey.
Localidad que está en baranda. 4 para 2. 4 para 1.
Kills added to the tally for his personal score, but Shiro with the Pucci 50 has locked it up. 13-3 now into the timing, and Winters is so ready for Forrest to come through the smoke, and that is going to work out. 2 kills quickly from Shiro and Inters, and now they go back to 8. They have a 1 versus 3 fight no matter where they go now.
They're going to make the most of it. Alien has got the scout on the hole, but he's looked away at the wrong time, and Hobbit can now start to sneak up to the site.
Oh, Elliot gets caught, flicks back, and he's able to do some damage there. A second shot onto the site, but Lackey is now the last remaining player down inside of CT spawn. This Gambit player is looking to eliminate him. The look in their eye. Hobbit with the headshot, 14 rounds. Now getting wild now. 2 rounds left, and this is just far better from Gambit, not only just from a performance, but there's no one watching CT. This information needs to be passed on, and look at Lackey, so confused, he's so discombobulated, wondering how this is happening. Hobbit brings him down. 3 players left for the CT side. Entropiq just don't have the numbers here.
It's just a completely different team showing up here on this final map for Gambit. Every single late round decision is now correct. Every single time they're not getting ahead of themselves. 14-3 down. Entropiq, bless them. They're just trying to save what they can.
Yeah,
it's
like, well, a couple of pennies at the bottom of their piggy bank. And now he's looking to smash it and take them all. Alien will prevent that from happening. Nafty will go down. 15 rounds now locked in for Gambit.
1
round away, taking this best of 5.
Todo es
the
posible.
Championship title here at the V4 Future Sports Festival in Budapest. They're just going to rush it straight through. Forces M4 is not going to be able to hold it. Gets overrun, and Axel charging forward with it. Takes down Forrester and Lackey in a foul swoop. Hobbit holds off the mid play, and Elian being caught out. Surely this is it now for Gambit.
Tenemos ganador. Tenemos ganador. 4 y en B. Qué complicado es. La voy a intentar de todas formas. Vamos a ver cómo lo resuelven bajo presión. Dios, Dios. Ay, Dios. Qué maldito ángulo. Tenemos ganador, chicos. Gambit. Campeón. No se lo olviden, el jueves tenemos match. Y conmigo será hasta la próxima, chicos. Cuídense.